Good morning. It's 9:08 a.m. Sunday. Rainy day. Cold, clammy. Oh, good. There we go. Can't always get across there like that. Just leaving my apartment here in Glen Mills, originally known as Concordville. Boy, it is an ugly day. That's my windshield wiper. Time to get that replaced, I guess. Somebody's having a yard sale in the rain. Oh, that sucks. I'm heading up a little early to try to find a blog named Melanie. Melanie sat in a jail cell recently for 3 months. At the end of her approximate first month, she was in court, not so much for the issue of whether it was a crime or just not showing up for her probation. I don't even know which, actually. That was not so much the issue. The judge decided that an evaluation of her status should be done. It involves finding out what her mental state is, what her drug usage state is, and so forth. That process, upon completion, she would then, the appropriate services would be provided to her, which would include some form of inpatient care. And so she sat there for an additional 8 weeks without any form of therapy other than going to a Bible study twice a week that she told me she really enjoyed. During those 8 weeks, I visited her almost every week for half an hour at a time. She was very consistent in saying that she is done with drugs and wants long-term rehab and then an apartment. She knew and she stated very clearly, I am not ready for an apartment of my own, although I do want one at some point. I want one when I'm ready. By ready, she meant prepared. And so when I received word now, something like 3 weeks ago when I visited her, that she was being released by the judge to Pathways to Housing, which is housing. It is not therapy of any kind. It is not inpatient therapy. She was nervous. I was nervous. Although she was excited and happy to be getting out of jail, I could tell that she was like, okay, please be with me, she said, on that move day. And I couldn't find any additional information on where to meet her and so forth. Nobody would tell me. It has not gone well. I'll just leave it at that. It has not gone at all well. I'm going up now to find her on the streets, which will be at least the second time that I'm aware of that she's been out there, and I'm guessing. Here again is another horrendous example of the differences between having Medicaid and having private insurance. For this round of her misery, from the beginning of her incarceration to now, we're pushing 4 months. Inpatient rehab, she would have been in and out of a 5-star experience literally 3 months ago. And I'm not counting all the years prior, but just for this example. And they say it always boils down to money. How much money has been spent in these 4 months to get her absolutely nowhere? No improvement. Other than realizing that she can buy better quality drug where she is now, her drug of choice, in her now, where she is now in her Pathways apartment, than being in Kensington. And so the quality of her drug, according to her, has actually improved. Everything else is a disaster. So the improvement is actually a disaster. I've written to the judge. She will be getting that probably tomorrow. But I'll be faxing her later today or tomorrow morning an update. So I'm going up now to try to find blog name Melanie on the streets when she should have been in a rehab all this time and not sitting in a jail cell. Because as I've pointed out previously, the way I'm seeing it, an addicted person sitting in a jail cell might be drug-free for whatever time they're in there, but the addiction still has them, and the addiction will not have any chance of breaking until there's some form of intervention, whether it be physical therapy or God stepping in, or what. Physical therapy, not physical. Rehab. And so when an addicted person, let me rephrase that, when a substance use disorder patient who is in the addicted phase of the disease sits in a jail cell for day after week after month, they get inside their own head and they sort out what happened, and they develop their own form of healing that is the equivalent of healing a broken arm without a cast. You might put on a basic splint, and the bones, if they are anywhere near together, will connect again, but it's not properly healed. That's what happens when you sit in a jail cell. You start putting pieces of your story together, and you stick them together, and you glue them together. You calcify them together in a way that sort of makes sense to you, but most likely is not the accurate healing. So I'm now almost to the Acme, where I will be buying bananas. It'll be interesting. The man who worked there said that they were going to try to have some ready for me. And I'm liking getting them there more, even more than Produce Junction, because if I can get them for 33 cents a pound, the size is more consistent. The cases at Produce Junction are great. They're a great place. But the sizes vary so much in the case that sometimes I have to give away 2 to equal 1, and so in the end, it's not quite as good. So, but it is raining out here. Imagine being in your addicted phase of substance use disorder, and homeless, and shelterless, and tentless, because the tent communities have been removed. Alright, so can I turn here? I'm at the Acme in Chichester, where hopefully I'll be able to buy all my stuff. And if not, then I just go down to Produce Junction. If they don't have the bananas at 33 cents a pound, which are always the ones that are a little bit past suburban acceptance. But they are, in fact, the sweetest and the softest. Okay, where can I park? Right here. Very good. And I've learned to park whenever I'm loading my trunk. I park so that I can get to it. Very often if I park in the place so that somebody parks it back at me, then I end up having to move because they parked so close I can't get to my trunk. Okay, I'm going in. Thanks for watching. Please pray for these good people on this crummy day. See you.